Alright, so this is the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 1, Episode 5, Error on the High Seas. So it actually starts off with, Ashley's with her guy, but it really starts off with Karen. Karen's taking her daughter, Karen's in great shape, by the way. She's taking her daughter to essentially a self-defense class because Karen was mugged about a year and a half ago. Well, probably longer now, maybe 2 years now, or close to 2 years now. And so I think she was coming from the mall or the supermarket or whatever and was walking to her car and she got mugged and they took her diamond necklace. They didn't take her ring because she slipped it down into no-no land. So shout out to her for, I guess, doing that. But that is crazy because you think, oh, since she's where she is as far as status and location, that it can't happen. But look, it can happen anywhere as far as being robbed, potentially being taken advantage of, anywhere. And so her daughter's going away to college, and that's also freaking her out because it's like, crap, I can't protect my baby. I can't protect my baby. If I can't protect my baby, then I don't know what to do. So that's what the self-defense class is for. And I feel like we all should actually take self-defense classes in general. I mean, they were going ham. And her daughter, she was like, all right, take this seriously. Hit me like I'm a boom. Oops. Damn. Not that hard, bitch. And there was boom. I was like, that just looks fun. And that's good for angst. And they got to just go and wail on this little thing. And so Karen broke down because, like I said, her daughter is going away to college. And she's just like, you need to be able to protect yourself, whether it's from a man or from a woman, because I won't be there to protect you. And so she's like, and I'm actually getting you another gift. I'm getting you a stun gun. And it was like, oh, the pink one's like, yeah, it's the pink one's like, I'm like, wait, so y'all talked about this? That's cool that you're getting her something like that to protect herself. But I'm like, look, don't get trigger happy now. Don't get trigger happy. That's all I have to say. So we have this fun little scene with Ashley and her husband. I believe her husband's Michael. Ashley and Michael, they're currently figuring out who would be good for Ashley's assistant, because Ashley's going to be opening up a restaurant. And so Ashley's like, no, I am independent and I don't want to rely on Michael's money and status. I want to make a way for myself. And so I'm like, shout out to her. Some people are going to be naysayers and say, oh, well, but you're using him to start up your business or whatever. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you're putting in the hard work and dedication and he's a financier, that's fine. That's fine. It's just like if it was a bank, you were getting a loan from the bank or something like that. He probably just owns a stake in the business. Again, that's fine. But these assistants were crazy. And I'm like, okay, this girl likes to have fun. Ashley likes to have fun. So she's not going to go and have some just General Mills, run-of-the-mills assistant. This is someone who needs to be able to be cool, calm, cool, collected. So she has them making them drinks. She's like, what's a hobby of yours? This guy was like, he voguing, so he vogued. It was like, name a famous person in Australia. What's the capital of Australia? They were asking, what are some Australian terms? It was like, blow Michael's pipes. Like, what? Yeah, blow this pipe. So it was like, oh, okay. Okay. And they're like, they're all pretty good. But the first one that we saw who actually had her cover letter was as if it was a newspaper ad or something like that. It was something really creative. And so she was like, I definitely like her. She's a nice mix of professional along with fun. Which is definitely what Ashley needs. She can't have a stick in the mud. So Robin goes with Charisse. Charisse, sorry. And Charisse goes and puts out this huge spread. And Robin's like, look, if you came to my house, you would just get some like hot dogs. Maybe. What, are we expecting anyone else? She was like, no. And essentially Robin was talking about how, she's currently living with her ex-husband, and sleeping in the same bed with her ex-husband, and sleeping with her ex-husband, but they're not together. I know it sounds crazy, but that's our normal, which is fine, because at the end of the day, If it works for them, it works for them. But she was just like, I don't know how the kids feel about it, because I don't think the kids even realize that we're divorced or separated. And so then that's when Charisse goes and says, well, I pretty much told my husband that I'm getting a divorce and that it's over. Robin was like, what? It was like, yeah, I sent it to him in a text. He was like, a text? And it's like, yeah, and he didn't respond back. So that's pretty much how our marriage has been for the past 3 years. He's here, he's a great father and great provider, but he's a horrible husband. And that's normally how it is. It's like good in every area except for when it pertains to your particular relationship. And so then you put up with everything else because it's like, well, you know what? He or she has everything else covered. And so I'm just going to stay. I'm going to be complacent. It's too scary to try and move on. There's too much at risk. So I definitely feel like we're going to start to like Charisse more if we don't already. Now, one person who I really, like I said, I don't know if I said in this video, but in the previous video that I did, I really like Karen. At first I was like, no, this isn't going to work. But I actually like her. And it's weird. I like her more than Giselle in the sense that Giselle I love her A1 personality. That's a personality where it's like, look, I'm not putting up with this. I'm not putting up with that. I'm going to let you know about it. If you don't like it, that's it. And that's cool. I respect that because there's so many people, including me, I do this all the time, that waffle all the time. And it's just like, whatever you say, well, if I can see their point, then I'll just switch over or agree, disagree. I'm a compromiser. Definitely a compromiser. But Giselle's just like, look, this is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, cool. Scratch. Go scratch. Karen's more so like, oh, if I see potential there, then maybe. But they go back and forth. But I really feel like we're starting to see a different side of Karen, and I'm liking it. So essentially they were talking about Katie because Giselle was trying to allude to the fact that at Ashley's birthday party, it seemed like because Katie was making out and being really extra and they'd never seen her like that before, they were like, Giselle was like, you know, I don't want to put anything out there, but maybe there was something that had to do with the D word, and the D word being drugs. Drugs. And Karen was like, oh, well, no, she's a mother, and we're not going to put something like that out there. We're just going to chalk it up as if she was drunk, and leave it at that. Kuma Manada. So I was like, okay, Karen, I appreciate that. And again, Giselle wasn't attacking Katie. All Giselle was doing was just stating the obvious that Katie was turned up on something. Whether it was full-on narcotics or if it was she was super twisted and they've just never seen her like that before. But then they're like, look, we're social drinkers. So what's the issue? So I think that's where Giselle was coming from. But it was interesting because when they were talking about Katie, the power went out. And then the power went completely out. And then every time they said her name and the D word, D meaning drugs, thunder. No, yeah, you would hear the thunder, see the lightning. And it's just like, all right, the Lord's trying to stop us. The Lord's trying to stop us. So Ashley has some visitors. She has her mom and she has her brother. And she's essentially talking about how she needs to get this restaurant off and running so that she can go and provide for her family, specifically for her mom, because she's like, her mom actually just declared bankruptcy and she's upset because her mom doesn't want to take her help. And she knows her mom's struggling, but her mom's very prideful. It's like, you know what, I'll make a way. I'm not going to take food or resources from my daughter when I'm supposed to be the one that has it together. And it's funny because her mom is clearly the turn-up queen. I understand where Ashley gets it from now. Ashley's actually really reserved compared to her mom. Her mom is just like, look, one life, YOLO. Here's the shot. Here's 2 shots. Mix it all together. We're mixing drinks. Taste this, honey. Ooh, this is strong. It's like, nah, this is like, ooh. I'm like, all right, hard times. I understand. But yeah, her mom would be, I would actually like to see more of her. She seems like really fun and cool to be around. So that would be a nice switch up. Because her husband is entertaining in a different way, but Anyway, Katie, that just sounds weird. Katie is trying to finagle her way into Karen's craw. Craw meaning her pockets and her connections. That doesn't happen. Long story short, that doesn't happen. Karen's just like, you know what, Katie? I like you, but this thing's a month away. You want me to come on board to assist you, and I can't do that. I also can't give you my contacts. Definitely not with me not even being a part of this. I think it's a great foundation. I understand what you're trying to do. Raise $100,000 and put the casino night charity all together in less than a month. That's really pushing it. That's really pushing it on a lot of angles. This was pretty messy. And again, Katie did apologize. Of course, she apologized about her behavior at the, what is it called? At Ashley's birthday party. And she was just like, you know what? I do apologize. I know it was very messy. And she was like, okay, thank you for apologizing. And that was very grown and mature of her, because she knew she was doing too much. She was doing way too much. And she acknowledged that. But we'll find out in the next episode that they go and confront her more so about, is something wrong? Is something going on over there? And the last thing was that Katie was not too pleased that Karen was like, no, you can't have my resources either. Nope, sorry. Sorry, you're going to have to figure it out yourself, mama. And Giselle had her boyfriend, Herbert, I think that's his name. He took her out on a date, and he's a really nice guy. And Giselle's like, he's definitely on paper the ideal person for her. But apparently there's a Mr. Miami that also has her eye. And Herbert, you know, he's not smooth. He's definitely, he's definitely a nice guy. A very, very, very nice guy. And so, for someone like Giselle, she needs a little bit of an edge. Not a, oh snap, you're about to come at me type of edge. But just a, you know, a little, oh. Oh, yeah, so the date went well, and she invited him to the couples thing that Karen's throwing because she needs to bring someone. And she pretty much said that she had someone. So, there is that. So, Ashley, her husband, Katie, and her boyfriend, they go out and they play golf. And Katie is such a flirt / look, I'm sure Katie probably has, to me seems like someone that would be okay with a threesome. And I'll leave it at that. And, so Ashley was just like, well, you know, Karen was giving you good advice as far as maybe it isn't enough time for the fundraiser to begin. But on another note, it did just seem kind of off that she was trying to go at you when, as far as your behavior, and assume that that was your demeanor when you're also trying to raise money and do things for your foundation. See, Ashley is one of those people that also says what's on her mind, and she articulates it very well. But that's bad because she uses her words with everything. She's someone that, if anything, she's going to go and say it. And that's great because you know where you stand with her. But on the other end, sometimes there is a certain point where you just need to... She hasn't met that point yet, but I have a feeling she's going to cross some more lines like she did with Robin. And it's just going to get really hectic and really messy. So, I think Karen's trying to figure out what she's going to wear for the party. And she's asking Raymond. Everyone's getting ready. Robin is just talking about how her life currently is. Her ex-husband may be going out of town to get work. And it's just like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready for my life to really change. The money will be great, but what will I have to sacrifice type of things. Like, look, the money will be great. Focus on that first. You guys aren't even really together, so it's fine. So everyone's showing up to Karen's yacht party because Karen's trying to show Ashley how you throw a party and not have a tab. It's like, a tab? Look, you invited me somewhere and I'm not comped. Everything's not comped. Everything's not taken care of. And Karen is initially like, you know, Michael's fun, Michael's great, Michael's cool. Which means everyone, they're trying to grill Herbert, but they were like, oh, is this Mr. Miami? It's like, no, this isn't Mr. Miami, leave it alone. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It was like, damn you, Karen, go somewhere. Go somewhere. Damn you. Damn you. But what ends up happening is what we already saw, which was Michael. He was going to go and take a swim because, you know, life of the party type of thing. And so he was taking down his pants and they were just like, yo, yeah, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. No, we don't play those type of games. We do not play those type of games. And so there was that. And Katie also talked about her foundation, and she essentially is recruiting Giselle to help her out. Because at first she also apologized about what happened the other night at Ashley's birthday party. But she's just like, oh yeah, I guess whatever. No, you really springing stuff on me. But she did go off and also say, it was like, look, that is kind of cutting it close. I don't know about something like that. So everyone's on the same page. And Charisse is feeling a certain way because it's like, how the hell are you inviting me to a couple's party? How are you inviting me to a couple's party when you know I haven't been part of a couple in 3 years? Come on now. So Giselle comes to Karen's rescue. It's just like, oh, yeah, no, we don't do, that's okay. That's for next time, next party. No, thank you. I know what you were trying to do, and I really appreciate you. You're cool. Type of thing. It's like, what the hell is wrong with him? What the hell is wrong with him? Oh, and side note, I just realized that Karen changed her dress. She was wearing all black during the day, and then colors at night. I'm not sure where they do that at, but all right. If that's how we're gonna roll. Oh, and they're just like, oh, honey, you can't control your man. It's like, alrighty. So Katie, you know, she's drinking, and Katie, I think they're really starting to see that there's another side of Katie that they really don't know, and they're not very comfortable with. Because Katie, at one point, it was just like, oh yeah, well, you know, with the woman, the only thing big down there is her, I don't want to say the word, int. You know what I mean when I say int. And so they're just like, what the hell? And I'm also thinking like, okay, Katie. Katie's definitely on one. I definitely love that personality, but I don't know. It definitely feels like there's something extra going on that we just don't know about it. Unless as soon as she drinks, that's just how she is. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is going on with her.